puts it there. But anyways, let's talk about this for a second. Hold on, let me give you guys my little intro. All right, look, RealStreamNewZ. You know, if you guys want to help out the community, all you do is have to hit the join button, right, and it brings you to a page where you can join. There's 3 different tiers. $2 a month, silver. I'm sorry, $2 a month is bronze. Silver is $8 a month, and gold is $15. And you get these little loyalty badges and these custom emojis, and you get shout outs and videos as well, and it helps out the community. What also helps out the community? I also want to say, you know, if you guys want to check out merch, we made a Creepzilla shirt. Check it out. All right, if you guys want to check that out, links in the description. Actually, no, wait, is it in the description or is it being spammed? I can't tell. Damn, I can't really tell. I think it might be being spammed in the chat. I'm not sure, but we have new merch, by the way. So that's the thing. We have new merch. Check it out. You know, it has a little red crown on the back. Anyways, all right, and I want to thank Maw for sponsoring this channel, everything Maw Energy, and if you guys sign up, if you use my code below, you get a free month. So check it out, Maw Energy. I drink that every day, you know. And we also, you know, I'm really grateful. We're also sponsored by Jerky Pro, which is great jerky, and use code STREAM and get 10% off. Yeah, check it out, guys. Channel is doing really good right now as far as that type of stuff, you know. I'm really happy about that. I really am. Woo. Okay. What's up, Marie? How you doing? It's just early. Oh, by the way, just if you guys didn't know, whenever you guys use a sponsors like Maw or a Jerky Pro, it really does help the channel, you know. Okay. So, man, you guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. Anyways, of course, time difference. You know what I missed, like, recently? Like, I've noticed that, like, we haven't had certain people here recently. We've had, like, a totally different crowd, but that's alright. Anyways, I really want to talk about this because, I know a lot about this topic, and it kind of bothers me seeing some people acting extremely hypocritical, you know, about this situation, you know. Discovery is doing Discovery is doing a documentary. It's called Onision in Real Life. It says streaming exclusively on Discovery beginning January 4th, which we're gonna watch together. What's up, Graham? What's up? Spooky. Hey. So yeah, we're gonna watch this together live. I'm gonna play it live. That's what we're gonna do on the 4th. So it's supposed to be a true crime, you know, doc, but there's no crime because there's no charges, so it's kind of makes no sense. But yeah, you know, I don't know what to say about that. Anyways, so this picture has come out, okay? This is Randy Daniel. It's that's James Onision's father. And then you have Deborah Daniel. This is Onision's stepmother. And then we have Edwin Costa down below, who's criticized this entire thing, you know, because why wouldn't he? And then you have this moron Shiloh above, who told everybody she would not be involved, literally lied and said, hey, I'm not going to be involved. So I just want to show, like, how hypocritical these people are. Like, it's absolutely insane. Like, this person up here has blatantly said, I'm not going to do it, you know, I will not do it, but then does it, you know. Edwin is a clout chaser, and it's more than apparent because he did this. I really thought Repzilla was going to do it, but it makes sense now why they offered it to Repzilla, because this idiot did it. If for anybody who has a half a brain in their head, they realized that Chris Hansen has a bad reputation at the moment, and you should probably not get involved because he kind of just abused and used the Onision community. Whether anti-Onision or just pro-Onision, he used them. So, it's kind of crazy that Edwin would be like, yeah, you know what, I'm going to jump on board with that. It's kind of despicable, honestly. I think it's fucked up that Edwin is okay with that. I think it's fucked up that Edwin did this. I mean, Shiloh is fucking insane. I already knew that. She sent me a message one day saying she was going to slit her wrist on camera and send it to me. So I'm not surprised she did this because she's a piece of shit, asshole, psychopath. You know, She says, so she sent me a DM saying she swore on her dad she wasn't going to do it. So, you know what I mean? She's a fucking phony, you know? So, if you can't even trust what these fucking lowlifes say publicly, how the fuck are you going to trust what these lowlifes say on this? Look, I'm positive. So there's 3 parts to this, all right? So I'm positive there's going to be more people that show up on this that you're going to be like, wow, these people are phony as fuck. So just let's check it out. I just want to do a quick recap of some of the things to show you like how it makes no sense that these morons did this about, you know, this documentary with Onision. It's fucking crazy. Like, these people are disgusting. Anyways, so Chris Hansen, you know, he started doing this documentary and all that. Yeah. Hold on. Oh wait, shit. Okay. So Chris Hansen said this originally. No one is selling rights to a story to a network. That's not even how it works. And why would you not explore expanding an important story to a wider audience? Shouldn't the survivors' voices and the quest for justice go beyond YouTube? So clearly, you know, he's trying to, you know, make everybody be like, nah, don't worry about it, guys. I swear I'm not doing a documentary about this. It's no biggie, I swear. But he's a big fucking liar. He's a liar. You know what I mean? And then we have fucking Edwin, you know, quoting it, saying, oh, ho, ho, like laughing about it. I'm not selling the O story, but even if I was, wouldn't that be a good thing? More people could hear the story I'm not selling. That's kind of how that tweet read to me. Yeah, that's so he's mocking, you know, Chris Hansen and everything like that. Like, I just don't understand how somebody can, like, openly say these things, like, mocking him, but then change their mind and be on there. And, like, just give a recap of what Chris Hansen said about making a documentary without the people, you know, wanting to be involved. Just remember this. This is what Chris Hansen said when everybody was like, hey, are you going to do this? Like, are you going to do this without their consent? This is what he said. You know?
Hey everyone, I thought I'd take a quiet moment today to talk about some of the drama playing out on social media surrounding a potential television project on the Onision investigation. Let me be very, very clear here. Anyone that is suggesting that such a project would take place without the consideration of, the consultation with, or the participation of the victims in this case is either ill-informed, lying to you, or more likely, trying to gin up drama for their own selfish reasons.
Like, did you hear what he just said? Let's repeat that.
That such a project would take place without the consideration of, the consultation with, or the participation of the victims in this case is either ill-informed, lying to you, or more likely, trying to gin up drama for their own selfish reasons.
I don't understand how Shiloh's base doesn't call them out. I don't understand how Edwins not being called out right now. Anybody who does this documentary is a piece of shit. There's no charges. There's nothing involved. The police aren't even involved. And I'm going to show some interviews in a little bit where like some of these victims were like, yeah, we spoke to Chris, and then, we thought we were going to get law enforcement involved, but I ended up speaking to law enforcement, and Chris had nothing to do with it. So it's just ridiculous. Like, God, like, these people, like, why do they put faith in him? Why would you hop onto his fucking show? Like, why would you be a part of this bullshit? It's ridiculous.
Their own drama channels. I have had over the past several weeks discussions about a television project on the Onision case. The victims are in the loop, always will be. I'll be doing interviews with them if such a project takes place. Again, a lot of this noise is merely drama. I got into the Onision investigation because, quite frankly, you all asked me to do it. We've done multiple shows on it. We've done interviews with victims, law enforcement, people who know about the case. There is now a federal and a local investigation.
No, there isn't.
On this, but television has the potential to
such a liar. There is no fucking investigation. Stop lying.
Take this to a wider audience and to increase the potential that we will see justice here. There's nothing wrong with that. I get that a lot of you think that YouTube and social media is the only way to go. I see.
That's not what it is. People just don't want to see you run off with their fucking stories to go make, hundreds of thousands of dollars off fucking Discovery while they make nothing.
Please respect that. I've also been asked to look into the Davi Vanity case, which I have done. am doing and will continue to do so. The victims will always come first. Always, always, always.
Oh,
so please know that and put that in your formula when you consider whose motives are what as this social media debate continues. I'll keep you posted as to exactly what's happening. We'll have some...
This guy's a mess. This guy's a mess. Total fucking fraud. He really is. He's, like, there's no other way to explain it or way to express, like, he's just a fraud, man. That's it. He's a fucking fraud. And you know what? Edwin is just as much of a fraud as him. I mean, really think about it, though, how Edwin came up with the whole Dasha and Seer thing. That whole thing was fucking ridiculous anyways. Like, dude's a fraud and a fucking drama queen. You know, I can't believe he's down to be a part of this. Like, look at this. He puts out screenshots showing how the investigation discovery thing is ridiculous, saying that, you know, Chris shouldn't be selling the rights. That's literally what Edwin put out there, but he's involved with it. Like, what a fucking phony. These people are so fake, it's crazy. These fake fucks. Edwin, I tweeted my knee-jerk reaction to what I learned about Chris Hansen. It is okay to doubt me. I welcome it. Likewise, I encourage you guys to put a question mark on the amount of times Chris has openly slipped up without addressing any of the slip-ups. So, like, he's questioned him plenty of fucking times. It's just gross. Somebody want to address real quick. Ashley Lilix, she actually had said something about Chris Hansen as well, and she's been a part of these investigations. Make sure you guys like this up, subscribe if you're new, by the way, and if you want to donate, links in the description. We're trying to raise money for the Christmas fund. If you wanna, feel free. But let me talk about Ashley. She said, "I'm so tired of hearing, quote unquote, why are you surprised the TV journalist turned out to have shitty motives. And every rendition of this comment, Chris instilled false hope into vulnerable people and claimed to have connections and resources beyond being a journalist, and now we're angry." So these people are well aware that Chris is a scumbag now, you know what I mean? So why? And you know what's funny? Ashley and Edwin are actually very close friends, apparently. It's just wild. What's up, Heather? How you doing? It's just everything's so phony. This is Regina, by the way, the one who really, goes hard with Chris Hansen. This is a tweet I wanted to show that Billie retweeted. It says, basically, Regina and Shiloh went on TV with Chris Hansen, even though they knew the other girls didn't consent to Hansen sharing their stories on TV. Like, they legit sold off their friends and aired their trauma on TV without their consent for clout. And this is Billie Dawn Webb retweeting that. It's so gross, but so true. Like, these people. Oh, man. Like, it's so gross. Regina, you really are something special. You know what I mean? Regina. Like, how can you treat your so-called friends like this? It's just wild. It really is. Wild shit, guys. Hold on. More on this topic. All right. So this is Billie doing their interview with Chris Hansen and Billie Dawn Webb. You know, in case you didn't know, but this is what Billie said after. Said, essentially because of those two, Regina and Shiloh, essentially because of those two, we are now either forced to do the show or just have them, the production company, run our stories however they like, and will use any footage they want. They already used a video with my face in it while recording with Regina. They left us with no say. This is not justice. So clearly they are upset. I mean, these people. All right. First of all, I gotta say, I don't consider these people actual victims. I consider them women who had issues with Onision. That's what I consider them. Women who had issues with Onision, but they were over the age of 18. So I can't really say much about it. But Chris Hansen though definitely believes they're victims, but he doesn't give a fuck. All right. And here's Regina and Billie having a conversation. this person said, "Congratulations on selling your friends out. I'm so disgusted that you would do this. You just smacked every survivor in the face. You were hurt the least by Onion. So why do you care if other girls don't want their stories on television? Gross." Regina said, "You realize I'm a human with thoughts, feeling, and emotions, right?" Billie said, "And so are we. You further dragged the actual people who met and had to deal with Greg and Lainey into this. Thank you so much. Because you're a piece of shit." Like, these people, man, you know, it's crazy. Like, why would like, Regina really has nothing to do with this whole situation, and then I don't know why anybody even let her get involved. Billie then said, "Fuck you, Shiloh." I'm sorry. LMAO, fuck this. Fuck Regina. Fuck fake bitches. Fuck Shiloh too. Like, these people, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Oh yeah, that's another thing I'm going to mention in a second, so don't worry about the music career thing. So Ayalla, who also went on to speak with Chris Hansen, had this to say: "Here's my official statement on all of this TV hubbubaloo. I found out the same way all of you did. I never wanted it never wanted to, nor will I be a part of it. This is not what anyone wanted, from what I can tell, except the TV people. So I guess it's just Regina and Shiloh who pretty much wanted this shit. Unless somebody else pops up that I'm not aware of, they're gonna get destroyed if they did, like Edwin is." Ayalla said, "Before anyone wants to say shit, it's perfectly okay for survivors to share their abuse story only in ways they are comfortable. They should never be put on display without their consent," which I agree. You know, it's kind of crazy. It really is. It's kind of crazy. Ayalla said, "Chris Hansen and his team are pieces of shit for trying to pressure my friends onto national TV. And when they said they didn't want their trauma on TV, they decided to give zero fucks about survivors or how his actions affect them in the future. From us to you, go fuck yourself." So Chris Hansen, you know, the guy who tries to make it seem like he cares about all, you know, survivors and all that jazz, seems like he doesn't give a fuck about anybody except making money and his stupid fucking documentary about a topic he doesn't even know about. He really doesn't. He wasn't around when this situation was happening. He doesn't know the ins and outs of it. He really doesn't. Like, he doesn't even understand, like, I don't know, he doesn't understand any of it. It's crazy. Are you leaving? You have a good one. Anyways, Ayalla said, "The girls and I had voices long before Chris Hansen was involved. I never asked for his help, so why the fuck would I thank him? Bye." Another thing, Chris Hansen put out a Happy Father's Day tweet saying something about leading by example, and Ayalla said, "You can quote-unquote lead by example by not exploiting my friends without their consent." So I'm pretty sure none of these people want to be involved. So why is this happening? And you know what's funny is you have Edwin's generation claiming he's like, you know, he's out here for these victims and whatever, but he's literally going against their wishes and fucking them over. Like, it's wild. Like, you're like this advocate dude. Nah, you're a fucking snake. So this is Luxie Moo right here. I've interviewed her in the past before too, and this is what she had to say about it. Let me read it. Like, seriously, Edwin's a fucking snake, dude. Anyways, Ayalla said, "Chris Hansen and his team are pieces of shit," and Luxie Moo said, "Any of our so-called friends who decide to participate in this, knowing that they would include Sarah and Billie's faces without consent, looking at you, Regina, we were told that if no one wanted to be involved, we wouldn't have to. And Chris said to us verbatim that of course we wouldn't use your faces or stories if you didn't want to be in it. So then why is it that they're doing it anyway and having Regina react to it for the show?" It's just gross, man. The whole thing is gross. All of it. Gross. What's up, Mark Dog? Yeah. Thank you very much for being a sub, dude. Yeah, we've been messing around a lot with Rosie O'Kelly and Rich Life and Cruiser and I'm sorry, who else? Molasses Murphy. We've been doing a lot of different things recently. It's been fun. You know, welcome though. Thank you for being a subscriber. I appreciate that. We cover a lot of different drama and different topics. It's fun, you know. This is a nice chill stream. Hey, Lexi Moo then said, hey, Regina. Sorry. Hey, Regina and Shiloh, what happened to standing together? Y'all are participating in something that hurts the other victims who are just trying to move on. I hope this clout is worth it. Oh, and the Chipotle they paid you with. So fucking funny. It's sad and funny at the same time. Oh, man. It's just sad. It really is. These people act like they all are all about survivors and shit and whatever. It's just gross, you know? Edwin doesn't give a shit about these people. If he did, he never would have did it. And he's gonna try to make it seem like he's this great guy. You're not a victim's advocate. Stop talking to these people like acting like you are. You're just using their content just like Chris Hansen. You are literally just like Chris Hansen at this point. Anyways, let's talk about Shiloh now. All right. Make sure you guys like up this stream for me and subscribe if you're new. She said, for some reason, y'all want to act like I have no power. Please refer to my last tweet. No one can do shit without us. I could give a fuck what any of you heard. This is why we don't talk. Nobody listens. Again, stop creating idiotic conspiracies and move on. All right. So this was around this is around when everybody was first starting to hear if they were on it, and she was starting to lie and say like, oh, I'm not on it. She was trying to make it seem like she wasn't. She said, no one is freaking out but Twitter. Y'all get us riled up constantly about shit that isn't even happening. We told our story, everyone twisted it to suit them, and now we are going about our lives and dealing with legalities in private, which no, you're not. There's nothing going on. There's no charges going on. That's all bullshit. Nothing moves without us. No one can sell me without my go-ahead. Don't believe everything you hear. Those who are profiting off this still, most of those not even being in contact or any real help for us victims. Oh my god, these people are so fucking fake, dude. Like, she's literally the biggest fucking snake on the planet. Wow, unbelievable. Like, just, this is her straight up saying, I have no involvement and will not be having involvement, period. This is her saying she will not be involved in the TV show. Like, straight up saying that. Like, oh my god, these people are so fake. Here's another one. This one said, lol. This is her. Shiloh said, so long as the rest of the victims are not on board, neither am I. Hold on, let me go back. So long as the other victims are not on board, neither am I. I would appreciate to be left out of this drama. Like, how crazy is this? Like, this is so, it's so fake. Like, unbelievable. Like, no one's doing it. It's as long as they're not doing it, I'm not doing it. Like, these people are so phony. Like, really? Didn't she raise thousands for herself as well as during all this? She raised like a couple hundred or whatever. I want to share this tweet from Pescator. It says, Shiloh, leave us alone. We don't like reliving our trauma. Also, Shiloh, yes, there is a TV show, and we're going to relive it for a Discovery ID. Oh my god. So ridiculous. Like, so ridiculous. These people are so fucking sad. Seriously. Really, really sad. You say my name, what the fuck? What? Yeah, oh, you thought I heard Dory right now? Yeah, that was fake. That wasn't real. Anyways, as far as Shiloh's music and everything like that, she did release, she released something. Here, check it out. I'll show you guys. She released music, like, days after her interview with Chris Hansen. The interview was November 8th. She released, like, I think something, I don't know if it's an LP. Yeah, an LP. She released it November 15th, so there you go. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Yeah. She did her interview on the November 8th and released an LP on November 15th. So that's fun. It's all fuckery, dude. You know what I mean? It's all fuckery. It really is. Oh, and I just saw Yaz say something really stupid. Y'all love to talk a lot, but don't even realize you're ruining any chance of a case for these people. Do you understand that all these people were above the age of 18? What case? What case do you see happening with Onision? What case, dude? Like, do you not get it? They're all over 18. Do you not understand there will be no case? Even if, like, Sarah wasn't over the age of 18, the age of consent, I think, is, like, 16 over there. So do you get that what you're saying makes absolutely no sense? And I don't. I think I've looked this up. I don't even think grooming is against the law. It's gross, but it's not even against the law over there. So you might want to fall back with what you're talking about. There's no fucking case, dude. You sound ridiculous. Anybody who actually thinks that there's going to be a case out of this, you're ridiculous. Sorry. You know? Like, I'm sorry I'm not a little pussy like everybody else is on YouTube. I'm not going to lie to you, and I'm not going to tell you that it's a case just so you can feel better and you'll donate to me. I'm sorry. I'm not like that. I'm not like these other people. I'm not Edwin's generation. I'm not going to sit here and pander to you and pander to your hopes and dreams so you'll donate like $5 to me. I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you the truth. And you're talking to somebody who actually has spoken to the FBI about this. Chris has no connections there. Chris has no connections with the police. Nobody there is going. There's no charges. There's zero. It's been looked into. There's none. I'm sorry. You know? Me and Onision are not friends. I have done an interview with him. That does not mean we are friends, but I'm telling you, nothing is going to happen here. There's no case to ruin to begin with, you know what I mean? It just doesn't exist. Anyways, I just think it's crazy too. He like publicly like criticized Chris Hansen so heavily, and they still had him on there. Like, why? Why would you do that? Why would he go on there? Why would Edwin go on there like that's something to do? I don't understand. Like, why? It's so strange. It really is.
This is of harassment of me and others by some of these content creators, drama channels.
Why didn't he just say no? Now, why? Look, he was asked if he had anything to do with the recent suspensions of some YouTubers that had been criticizing him, right? And he started off by saying no, and then he continues by saying this.
And when there was, or when there were violations of Twitter guidelines and rules and TOS, they were reported. And you know, Twitter does what Twitter's going to do. I mean, if anybody did anything to anybody who was suspended from Twitter, they did it to themselves. But I have no special connection with any of the higher ups at Twitter.
Okay, now first of all, did you guys catch that? It almost sounded like he said if anybody did anything, they did it for themselves or something along those lines, right? Does that sound familiar to you? Does it not sound like he's corroborating that it was all Gene, and if Gene did it, then if he did it, then he did it? Not me. Let's keep that in mind, because once again, why? Why not just say I had nothing to do with it? That's it. That's all you have to say, bruh. That's all you have to say, bruh. Bruh.
I mean, I'm on Twitter just like everybody else, but I tend to follow the rules with it and not use it to harass and abuse, which is what was going on there. And so this notion of Chris Hansen called somebody at Twitter who he used to work with, who was with Perverted Justice in the early days of To Catch a Predator. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Oh, that was a cute little swallow. He said, this person used to work with But I don't know. Look, I'm no body language guy, but listen,
perverted justice in the early
we'll watch
days.
it in real time because I'm watching it at 1.25 speed.
And so this notion of Chris Hansen called somebody at Twitter who he used to work with, who was with perverted justice in the early days of To Catch a Predator. I mean, that's just ridiculous. It didn't happen, couldn't happen, and nor would Twitter do that. I mean, my belief is that you really have to go pretty far.
Wait, he's talking about Dell? Wait, one of his old decoys, Dell, does work at Twitter, like safety and protection. He's a fucking liar. What? Wow. It was
really,
proven.
impersonate somebody or to be doing something that violates
like
the
the biggest
rules for them
liar.
to suspend you.
Hansen is such
And
a
that's
liar.
what these creators did.
Okay, hold on. That was what's weird. Look.
To really, impersonate somebody or to be doing something that violates the rules for them to suspend you. And that's what these creators did.
So, okay, something interesting is he's talking about creators violated the rules or got suspended for impersonating someone, right? He's saying that's what these creators did. He says that with such assertion as if he knows something that he's not quite spelling out. Why? Because this makes it seem like, yes, you did. You if you didn't do anything, you definitely know something happened, or you know what could have happened, bro. Why didn't you just say you had nothing to do with it?
How do you go from criticizing him? Like, he was actually taking interviews. Hold on, he actually did a stream with, I think Ashley Lily did like a stream showing it. She did a video showing it, so shout out to her. Like, he did a stream, like, Edwin did a stream questioning all the people who were, like, interviewed on Chris Hansen's show, criticizing his tactics and everything like that, but yet he still went on his fucking documentary. Like, why would you do that? Like, is he just not the biggest fucking sellout, like, snake there is? Like, if I was these people, I would feel betrayed.
After I saw that he was covering this story.
Yeah, so you have the most recent, like, experiences with Davi, huh?
Yeah, it wasn't immediately, but if anyone watched Fallon's interview with Chris Hansen and she talked about, like, blocking people, I was one of those people. So around the time that they got engaged or whatever was kind of when we stopped talking completely.
And you said your timeline was around, like, 10 years?
Yeah, I knew him for 9 years, almost 10 years.
So, Liz, okay, so one of the things that you wanted to point out that was kind of disappointing to you was the mental health aspect with Chris Hansen, right? Because was it that he led you to believe that there would be more like therapeutical services or anything like that, or what was it?
Yeah, well, yeah, because I mean, we've even heard on some of live streams he's been doing that he's trying to look or help get counseling or therapy for survivors.
And what we are trying to do and trying to figure out is to figure out a way that you could set up a fund or you could have counseling available for survivors and victims. And we're in discussions now with some therapists and some therapy services to see if we can do that. I mean, ideally, what I'd love to do would be to get some sort of a trade out. Therapy is an incredible part of recovery. And I think while it's been very helpful for some of the survivors to come on the show and talk about their experiences, I think that it would be good to get people some help, and I'd like to figure out a way to do that. But
directly reached out to him about a week after my interview, letting him know that I was like struggling mentally, and I was going through a lot, and that wasn't met with like, yeah, I'll help you out, or I have this resource or anything like that. I mean, from my understanding in the live streams, he's saying that he's going to be trying to get assistance for there's, that he has resources that he's speaking with currently to try to get those type of services or resources for other survivors.
And what did he tell you?
I mean, I can read it directly. I just said that I'm definitely trying to
literally asking them like how their interviews went and if it was professional or not. It's just wild, Why would you go on? Why? I don't understand.
And then he removes the tweet. It's like, wait, what's going on here? Was this all a facade? Is this all for show? Does he only want to look like a good person, or what is it? Like, why would he do that?
I'm from Michigan, so I've grown up watching him on TV since I was young, from when he was on the news. So yeah, for sure, it's just kind of disappointing when you see people that you've grown up watching, and it just shows that like not everybody is who they seem. I guess it's kind of disappointing that there's all these empty promises, all these weird circumstances, all these times when accountability is not being taken. It's just, like I said, disappointing.
Let's go. So what you got to say about Chris Hansen? How you feel? Are you a big fan or what?
Where do you want me to start?
He never offered like therapy. You didn't ever like ask him for therapy. That never came up in your kind of flow, right?
That was never discussed, but obviously a lot of other things weren't discussed either, because a lot like Liz, there was kind of no vetting involved. I mean, I have receipts, I've posted them, on Twitter and other places like that, but called me the first time when I actually missed his call, so I should have gone on like a week or two before my actual stream. But I missed his call, and he left me a voicemail saying that he wanted me to go on that day. So he called me back like a week or two later when I actually went on, and that was the day before that stream was supposed to happen. So there wasn't really a lot of notice either way, but we talked on the phone for maybe like 5 minutes. He just asked how I knew Davi and stuff like that, and I hit a couple points that I wanted to talk about, and he kind of,
really
mentioned a couple things that he wanted to talk about, but really that was it.
Like, just really think about it. Like, look, it's like the equivalent of if imagine if, like, Chris Hansen offered me to go on his shit now. Like, hey, come on documentary part 2. Like, imagine if I accepted that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what would you guys think of me? Like, really think about that. You know?
Any pictures or really any proof that I knew Davi.
Did you talk about what you're gonna talk about on the show before on the phone?
Yes and no. So he asked me towards the end of the phone call if I had anything to say, like if I wanted to apologize to anybody, or if we could talk about me having mistreated people who turned against Davi before I did, when I still supported him. And I said that was fine, but I definitely didn't think it would
just let anybody on.
Be what the whole show was about.
And that's because while you knew Davi for like almost 10 years, there was a point where you would be, I don't know how would you describe like the way you talk to haters, I guess?
I just defended him like anybody else would. I mean, anybody who supported him at the time. That first stream kind of, I don't have
obviously fucking Edwin thinks he's gonna be like a movie star or some shit like that. He's a fucking clown, dude. He is, like, he really is. Like, it's just crazy. Like, he criticized him so heavily and just went on there. Like, that would be so wild. Like, imagine if I was like offered it and I was like, yep, I'll do it. You guys would think I was a fucking snake.
Problem with it, because there was nothing that wasn't truthful in there, but there are a lot of people who have gone on the show also who were engaging in the same behavior. And again, I'm not completely blaming him for bringing that up or how that stream went, because everything in there was true. It was just interesting that, I don't know, it felt like that aspect overshadowed what had actually happened to me.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's kind of like part of the effect, you like, obviously, like, why wasn't that a focus with say Fallon's interview? Like, of course she defended him, like, it's kind of like a thing when you're friends with someone, close friends. Yeah, you believed him, that makes sense. So, but you also knew him for like a huge span of years, so I guess you could have shared more information.
Yeah, it seemed really dramatic, because I was made out to be this big bully or
like,
whatever.
He's literally questioning fucking Chris Hansen's like interviewing tactics, how he vets people, everything like that. But you realize that he'll have anybody on, so you're like, fuck it, I'll go on his stupid TV show because you want the clout. Even though you criticize the fuck out of him publicly. It's just so fake. Like, this dude is the biggest fucking fake on YouTube. Anyways, like up this stream, guys. What do we have? Like, fucking, like, almost 20 likes. Let's see if we can get, like, 30 likes. That'd be dope. Like up this stream, guys. Donate if you guys want to. Really trying to raise some more money. If we can get some more money before Christmas, that would be dope. If not, I get it. Fucking, the virus is killing everybody right now, for real. Like, financially, things are fucked, but feel free if you guys want to donate. I'd appreciate it. Let's keep going.
Which I'm not saying that I wasn't, but it was never to the extent, like, I never told anyone. It was like, it never reached any kind of level like that. So it was just interesting, I guess, how the stream went.
Do you feel like so the vetting process with you personally, like, you feel like he wasn't very thorough as far as like fact checking you or any sort of background actual check?
Like, I never wanted to say this before because obviously I am who I.
If you want to donate, you can just use text. You can use text to speech. I think it's like the first link. I think it's the first link in the description. Yeah, if you want to use just text speech, just use it's the in the description. It says donate on stream. If you guys want to do that, I'd really appreciate it. That works. Thank you.
Say I am. I have the receipts and I posted them other places, and I didn't want to cast any doubt. But now that this is all out in the open, the bottom line is I really could have been anybody messaging him. I could have just been a random person, and I don't think
She's got a good point. She's got a good point. She could have been anybody. This is why, like, I've had this discussion with Marie behind the scenes. You know what I mean? That like it could have been anybody. You know, you could send anybody over there. Like, I remember I joked around. I was just like, yeah, like, we should send somebody over to Chris Hansen and be like, I have Onision's secret love child. He would have put you on. You know, he's an idiot.
Since you knew Davi for so long, has any guest gone on and you were like, okay, Chris did not do his homework or like something like that?
Yes, and I guess when it comes to the investigation as a whole,
I mean, look, guys, we could probably still do it. Does anybody want to pretend to be like, you know, just say you got Onision's secret love child and then get on there and be like, RealStreamNewZ sent me, fuck you, and just dip, you know?
There are, how do I say this? There are people involved in the case that shouldn't have been had Chris looked a little harder. These aren't people that you would want, like, in the public eye, I guess.
Well, because he presents himself as sort of like the authority figure in the whole investigation, as he calls it.
A lot of people believe or did
the
believe.
The only person who's the authority figure in this anti-Onision or like in the Onision community, just as a whole, the only person who's the authority figure is me. That's it. Nobody else.
And I definitely believed at the time that Chris was kind of the guy that was going to connect you to the authorities.
Oh,
and
that's awesome. Thank you.
That is just 100% not how it works.
Oh my God.
I just literally called up my police department and made the report with them, and Chris had no involvement whatsoever.
How do you think Chris has dealt with criticism?
Well, that's the thing that's so frustrating is because he doesn't. He likes to shift blame onto other people rather than just take accountability for what he does. Or
yeah, I agree with that.
Something I want to talk about really quick, and I think Ashley's probably going to talk about this too because, you know, she's really the one who was affected by this, but you know, his fiance went on one of John Swan's streams and was making comments about her saying
oh man, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that
other
donation.
survivors are mad at Ashley, and I understand why. And
thank you, seriously. That means a lot. Thank you so much. Really, I appreciate it, especially right before Christmas. Thank you, creative. I appreciate that. Thank you. You're the best. Thank you.
Really, just the things that you should never say to someone who's
Elvis Travels
a
say
victim,
he is an Onision lover? I have no
especially
idea.
In a stream that wasn't even about this. It wasn't about Davi. It wasn't about anything.
Hey guys, really quick. I do want to let everybody know that there is an update with the Gabrielle situation and that she did reach out to me to apologize personally with a phone call. She apologized for her behavior and I did accept it and forgive her. But I think that it's important to keep this part in just so everybody can get full context of the situation and just examples of things that have happened under Chris Hansen's control. So back to them.
To my knowledge, Chris knows that happened, but he hasn't addressed it. I think the reason why he won't address anything else is because if he speaks on it publicly or apologizes in any way, he has to draw attention to it. So people that just blindly, you know, support him and follow him and maybe don't necessarily follow John or Ashley or whoever, if he doesn't address it, then they won't see that and they probably won't want to do the work to go look at what it actually is. I think his only defense is to attack people in ways that... Like,
he did multiple streams interviewing the girls that Chris Hansen interviewed. Why would Chris Hansen even want him on there? Why would Edwin want to be on there? Just, it's like, oh, it's on TV, so fuck it. This is so ridiculous. Like, these people are straight fucking phonies. I can't. Ugh.
Kind of distract people who are watching from the issue, so that in hopes that, you know, maybe
Straight
they'll go
ponies.
and talk about something else instead of what's actually happening. Like, I obviously I believe that he has a problem with the videos that John Swan made because everything in them is true. So
Yes.
he's just trying to get people to talk about something else.
If you're wondering how certain YouTubers,
Bro, John Swan's videos are literally like the culmination of like, it's like 8 months of my streams and my content like rolled into 2 videos, you know? Like, I remember being the first person, or I don't know, one of the first people in this anti-Onision community to be like, fucking Chris Hansen can't be trusted, and people fucking shit on me for it. They did.
and their Twitter accounts are growing so quickly, engaging in targeted harassment and using platform manipulation to promote their false narratives. Read this. And this article says, Russians again targeting Americans with disinformation, Facebook and Twitter say. He's essentially saying that YouTubers are using Russian tactics of disinformation to grow our platforms. I don't understand. I don't know. It feels weird, you know, because, you know, in text he'll tell me that some of these things don't apply to me. So it's like, okay, but why are you saying, why don't you just say John Swan's name? Obviously, most of what you're saying is you're so bothered by John Swan, but like, come on. Do you regret being on Hansen though?
In some ways, yes. In some ways, no. Mostly, yes. I mean, I would say
Shit,
no.
my bad. Thank
because
you. I
felt
didn't.
some
I forgot I was muted. Okay, you said who is doing it? It's Discovery. Discovery is the one doing the one. Discovery is the one who produced it, and they gave money to Chris Hansen to do it. Okay, it's a 3-part series. Chris Hansen is the one who's doing it, and I think some Blackfin Media or some shit like that. But I think Onision is gonna sue them, because I don't know, if I was Onision, I would, because like, look, there's no charges. Whatever you guys may or may not think happened with these women, they're all above the age of consent. I don't know what to say. You know what I mean? Like, it's supposed to be a true crime documentary, but there's no crime. You're making a true crime documentary again with no crime. It's ridiculous. Like, there's no cases open anywhere.
responsibility anyway to come forward when all these other people were. But the
If
whole
I
thing is
was
honestly
Onision,
just
I would
turned into
sue
a
them.
shit show. And kind of, you know, before I went on, I had talked to a couple people and was like, should I do this? And a lot of people say like, yeah, you know, just talk about it. It'll make you feel better. It didn't. I didn't feel better after the stream. I don't feel better now.
And okay, here's the thing, because I think that maybe what he said, because
she
he
says she's a Davi Vanity, victim or whatever. Because you need therapy, you need counseling. You don't need to go and try to expose somebody on fucking Chris Hansen's show. You know who benefits for that? Chris. That's it. Nobody else.
is that a lot of my guests have said that being on my show has made him feel better. And while I definitely think that's been a
Grim, I
factor
think
for a
you
lot of
should.
people, I think that the
Honestly.
handling with you specifically was probably some of the more like poor handling I've seen on his show. So especially considering like, you know, you're victim of Davi, so it's like it's really weird for him to like assume that he's doing you a favor essentially.
And I guess about that, you know, I hate to bring it up again because it made me look like an idiot, and I want to believe it was kind of just like a misspeak on his part as well. But during that second stream, when he asked me that Black Lives Matter question, like after that, I was not doing.
They're about to show a clip. It was a question that Chris Hansen asked her. It was so stupid, like trying to say like, oh, dude, what are the parallels between Black Lives Matter and this investigation? It's just like, huh? What the fuck are you talking about? Like, check this out.
Well,
You know, I see something else interesting, and that is that a number of the girls, now young women, who I've talked to and interviewed for this case, are also involved in the protests, the Black Lives Matter movement, in the aftermath of George Floyd's murder in Minneapolis. You see any parallels there?
I kind of like had to disappear for, a couple
Idiot.
days off of the internet because it kind of turned into a meme, and rightfully
Idiot.
so. Like, it was a stupid question and a stupid answer, but I think the idea that he makes people feel better is interesting, to say the least.
There are some criticisms that people have not just hit you with, but also other survivors. Like, well, why are you surprised? It's Chris Hansen. I mean, what did you expect, right? Well, why?
How much you want to bet that Edwin comes out of this whole situation and complaining about Chris Hansen in some fashion?
Why wouldn't you just go to the police? What do you think Chris Hansen was gonna do?
Well, yeah.
That's a fair point. Why didn't you guys just go to the police? Like, why Chris Hansen? He's a liar. He has no actual police contact. He has no contact with police.
So in that aspect, I did do that, and a lot of people are doing that. It's not talked about in that way. Like, we don't share a copy of the police report or whatever. I mean, that's just not how it went down. But a lot of us have gone to the police. I went to the police even before I ever contacted Chris. But as far as, the people who are like, why did you trust, he's a TV personality, why would you trust him? It's not because of what he actually is, it's because of what he tells people he is. And I mean, some of that responsibility, I guess, falls on us or the internet too, because we really made him out to be something that he wasn't, which was like, Chris Hansen, the guy who puts in jail or whatever. And that's just really not the case. There are so many things that go on behind that. He's just the face and the voice. We did put some trust in him, but it was based on the words that he said to us. Like, he said, I'm investigating this. I'm going to help. I want to put him in jail. Stuff like that. So, I mean, that's
all lies.
That's what we believed.
I think it's weird. I think it's unfortunate. And, I was even telling Kylie, like, before we did this call, like, yo, like, I think there's definitely a lot more to discover with Kylie, considering she knew Davi for so long, like 9 years, and all Chris Hansen was interested in, mostly interested in focusing on was making her apologize to Ashley and all this awkward stuff, and asking her a Black Lives Matter question, and all this, like, that's the thing that stands out from the shows.
Can I say something about that really quick?
Yeah.
Okay, so kind of what you said about how I knew him for a long time and I saw a lot of stuff. That's true, and actually, when I was talking to Chris the couple of times that we were on the phone, I wanted to mention a couple of examples. Like, there are people that he has interviewed that I know for a fact are not telling the truth because I've had personal experiences and I've seen it, but he didn't let me talk about those.
Wow.
Oh, wait. Okay, see, that's interesting. So you've actually, like, met some of the girls that have been on this show? Is that what you're saying? Yes,
and people who have, I guess, worked with Davi, or however you want to put it.
Right.
It's so frustrating listening to everything that they were talking about again. Like, I don't know if you saw me off to the side, but I've just been shaking my head this whole time. Like, it's so disappointing. The whole GoFundMe thing with Liz really makes me upset because it's like you guys said, like, not to go too far into what they've already talked about, but it's like you guys said, like, he should be grasping for straws to make him look better. So him deleting that is just like, I don't know. It's like that just shows his true intentions, in my opinion.
What is your take with the therapy stuff?
It's ridiculous. I've said this before, and I will say this until I'm blue in the face, but it took Pastel Bell like 24 hours to like just ask people if any therapist would be willing to donate their time, and then they did. And with Chris Hansen on his Q&A, he says, when people asked him if he was going to help survivors with therapy, he says he will find a way to have them sponsor the show or like trade to where it benefits him in some way rather than just benefiting, the survivors. And I think, I mean, everybody saw me kind of freak out on Twitter whenever he had the therapist, Dr. Grande on, who's a reputable therapist, and he had him on to talk about cancel culture instead of helping us in some way or anything like that. It's just super frustrating to me because every week
you girls need to find therapists on your own. Chris Hansen is not like this fucking doctor or a person who can give you a fucking, a lifeline to a therapist. You guys gotta get help yourself. You can't just rely on him for this stuff. He's a fucking journalist, and you guys put way too much stock into him.
hope that there won't be another disappointment or there won't be something else to make me upset. And there always is. And last week was therapy. And it's just, I'm trying to form a coherent sentence about it because it makes me really upset.
That's fair. That's fair. For those of you who, I mean, I feel like I have to summarize Chris Hansen's show because people just don't keep up with it as much as they once used to, right?
Yeah.
So last week, Chris Hansen had the YouTuber slash doctor, Dr. Todd Grande on his show. Now, this could be greatly beneficial because this guy is he is a therapist and he talks about a lot of human behavior on his own YouTube channel. So you would think it'd be beneficial for him to be of help to analyze maybe some of Davi's behavior or how to handle like survivors or something of the sort, something related, right?
Well, he's more obsessed with talking about John Swan and how he's being canceled on the internet than he is with actually helping us.
Well, and that's a problem because I don't even think that Chris Hansen is being canceled. I would argue strongly against that. And I think that people say he's being canceled are his supporters and himself. You know, they make himself an extreme victim.
His supporters are so fixated on, oh my God, stop the drama. Oh my God, stop talking about Chris Hansen. But they're not looking at the other side and what we're actually saying. It's like Kylie said earlier, they're just watching what he's doing. So they don't know anything that's happening and they're choosing to ignore it all. And it's like, there's a reason. Trust me, I don't want to talk about Chris Hansen every week. Every week I hope that he doesn't do something stupid, but you know, it just never fails. He just continuously does more and more. And it's important stuff that has to be talked about. It's not just, it's not trying to cancel him and it's not just drama. It's, he like had the whole internet and YouTube eating out of the palm of his hand. And then when we started questioning it, he didn't do anything to fix it. He just kept making it worse and worse and worse. And here we are.
Yeah. I know it's like frustrating. It's like, yeah, the bigger picture obviously is Davi Vanity, but like this dude keeps getting in the way, making things about himself, and that's the frustrating part. That's why we're talking about Chris Hansen right now.
I'm so sick and tired of people saying that because people, you know, are in the chat right now and they're saying like, "Oh, why are you still talking about Chris? You should be talking about Davi."
Oh,
it's crazy. This whole thing is crazy.
We just got Davi's taken down last week.
We're doing things about Davi. Like, what is it? Davi Vanity started and before he could even post, it was taken down by.
I just gotta say, like, look.
Me to tell you to subscribe and like the video.
I really don't understand. I don't understand why Edwin went on. I don't understand why Shiloh went on. I think both of them are gross for doing it. I really, really do. It's crazy. It says you slimy rat. He really is a slimy fucker. Like, why would you go on and do this? Why? Oh shit, you know what I just realized? Check this out, guys. Fucking Joy Sparkles is out here making drama videos again. Have you guys noticed this? Let's hop off this Edwin and Chris Hansen shit for a second. Check this out, guys. Fucking Joy Sparkles is back at it, out here making Onision and fucking drama videos again. So I would say Joy Sparkles is officially back. You know what I mean? She's officially back to making drama content. So check that out, you know? Check it out. It's crazy. God damn. Where the fuck? Why isn't it loading? Why aren't you loading? Load. God damn it. Sorry, hold on guys. Let me go back. There we go. Okay. It says Trisha Paytas, Onision, Kai, Eugenia Cooney. So, dude, she's back, you know? Fucking Joy Sparkles is back to making drama content, you know? There we go, guys. I mean, I knew Joy was back, but I didn't know she was back, like, making drama content, which is great. That's awesome, you know? It really is. Anyways, alright, guys. I'm gonna dip. All right, I'm gonna go, but I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for the donation. I appreciated it. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go. Make sure you guys check out the links in the description. You know, the Jerky Pro and the Maw. It's 10% off. Use code RealStream. Awesome stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna go, guys. Everybody have a good night. I hope everybody hope everybody has a good night. Peace out, guys. Later.